Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's session Leading with AI Now and Next with CPMAI Certification. So, I'm going to talk about what this certification is, who should do it, why. I will be explaining how this certification relates to today's scenario. And at the end, I'll be taking all your questions. Let's go. So, yes, this is your presenter, me. My name is Vaijayanatee. I have PMI certifications like PMP, PGMP. I'm a safe trainer, you can say, safe SPC, practice consultant. I have 37 plus years of experience in leadership roles. AI is one of the domains where I have experience in project management, delivery management, IT project management, training and coaching. I already told you what certifications I have. I also actually have many Scrum certifications besides that. And working experience in industries like textile, Raymond, IT, SAP implementation, specifically Sensor, Glenmark, and I have founded 2 training companies. So I have coached about 20,000 people in last 15 plus years. What are we going to talk about? Why most AI projects fail. Do they really? That's what we are going to see first. What is CPMAI? CPMAI is for all industries, and what I mean by that is what I'll be talking about. Why CPMAI certification and who should do it? So when I talk about who should do it, I'll of course talk about what that certification is. So ready? Let's go ahead. Why most AI projects fail? First of all, let me see if you agree with this or what is your idea about why most of your AI projects fail. I'm launching a poll here. What do you think? What percentage of AI projects fail? 45%, 80%, 60%, 10%? Okay. Let me see. Okay, good. And I'm going to talk about the percentage at the end. So right now the trend is people are picking 80% because the slide is saying perhaps why most AI projects fail. Is it? No, I know that you have good idea about it. Yes. So total, okay. So 40 people have voted, 61 people I can see. Okay, I'm going to count 5 and stop. 1, 2, 3, anyone? 4 and 5. Yes, as most answers you can see here, 80% is the answer here. 80% of AI projects fail is what is the statistics. Here are the results. Most of you said 80% projects fail. No? Yes. True. Then some of you also said 60% AI projects fail. And very few said 10% projects fail. So how many projects actually fail? What percentage of projects actually fail? Do you know? The statistics, when I said about 80%, yes, it's true. But if you really go by the current trend of statistics, it's worse. 80% is good to say on an average. But see what Tech Republic says. 85% of AI project eventually fail to bring their intended results to business. According to Gartner, 85% machine learning projects fail. So more than what we actually thought. So what happens if an AI project fails? Any project that fails will generate losses, isn't it? But AI projects need a huge investment. So losses really do matter. And once a project fails, customers are going to react negatively. Employees are going to react negatively. Why this new trend you brought in, which is of no use to anyone? Markets, markets will react negatively. So your brand image takes a hit. And the investment goes down the drain. So when AI projects fail, it is something big to think why that has happened and how we can stop it, or how we can reduce the impact, or how we can manage the projects in a way that will help us close the projects in a better fashion. So why do 80% projects fail at all? Does that mean that AI is not as good as it is hyped? Does that mean that AI does not give results? What do you think? It's not true. AI is good. AI can give results. Have you heard of garbage in, garbage out? So, what happens then? If AI can give results, why so many AI projects are taking a hit? The problem, besides the problem behind the project, business problem, why that project is taken up, that is not defined well. What do you actually want out of the project? Business situation is dynamic. So for a huge AI investment over a period of time in dynamic situation, what is it that you are expecting from AI? That is not spelt well. For example, there's a, let's say there's a food company like Haldiram's. They are everywhere in India. So their point of sales, they are trying to sell their sweets or whatever food they sell. They want to expand now globally. When they want to expand globally, let us say that they have gone for an AI project first, which gives them, which they want to give some results like the sales will be handled automatically. Now, when they want to go global, what do they want? Global sales also they want to happen automatically. What happens? The compliances are different, laws are different. And how does the AI, which is not trained, take care of it? AI is supposed to, AI can, but that was not planned. Business problem was not defined correctly. And that is where the project could have taken a hit. I'm not saying Haldiram did it, that was just a theoretical example. For any AI project, what does AI do? AI learns from the data it gets. The better the data, the more the data, the better AI learns. And data changes according to the situation we just saw. Compliance levels and compliance standards will change globally. Data is going to change. So that data needs to be fed to AI continuously. And this continuous dynamic data requirement need to be understood, need to be planned, need to be tested, and need to be implemented. So if that is not done, the projects are going to fail. So major reason is business problem not defined well, and continuous dynamic data requirements are not considered. These are just two out of many reasons. We don't have time and place here to discuss all the reasons. The examples of AI projects that are failed, you can see Amazon HR. What is Amazon HR? Amazon spent about $1 billion+ on their HR, automating their recruitments, HR project. In about 1 year's time, they had to scrap it. That AI project on which they spent so much money, they had to scrap it. And why? What happened? What went wrong? The output that they got is the AI was continuously getting only male candidates for interviews and jobs. Because the data that was fed was old data, continuous data, and old data was male dominant. But the result that it was giving was now where that's not considered good, that's biased. So that data bias was not given any thought to. And since the data bias was not thought, the project had to be scrapped. It was not scrapped because AI didn't know, because AI couldn't do, because people didn't know the technology. People know technology, people can work in technology, but technology is as good as what you tell it to do. So that is where Amazon HR project failed. The other example, Walmart shelf scanning robots. So in Walmart stores, they decided to have robots who will update the shelves, keep the things on right place in the right shelf, see what is missing, get it. Why did that have to be scrapped? They realized that they were doing it just because it was a cool thing to do. Having those robots doing all of that, scanning the shelves, finding out what items are missing, replenishing them, or if they find some item somewhere else, they were keeping it in right place. All of that was good because technically it was doable and people did it well. But it turned out to be more expensive than they could do it otherwise by appointing people there. So what was the use? They did not think that this problem, if we solve, it will not be cost effective. So when you think about what is the problem that we are going to solve, you have to think about whether it really needs AI. Once you decide that, yes, there are ways of deciding it, like something which is deterministic, you know that you follow certain steps and get an answer can be programmed. You don't need AI. So find out, is your problem deterministic or it's dynamic, cognitive? You need to understand and have a judgment and take a call. In that case, it is suitable for AI. So find out, is it suitable for AI? Go for it. Then define the problem well. Then ensure that data is continuously fed to it. Good data is continuously fed to it. So that is what did not happen in either of the cases, and both the big AI projects failed miserably, and that is what is happening to many of the AI projects. Technology is not a problem. We saw that, I talked about it. What's the problem? Project management and business problem need. That is what is not defined. Structure and governance alignment is not taken care of. That data bias was due to governance misalignment, isn't it? So such problems are stalling AI, or such problems are making AI fail. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. What is it now? What is the next thing on our agenda? So yes, if AI projects are failing, can CPMAI, whatever you say, can it help? So what is CPMAI? Let's go to next slide. CPMAI is Cognitive Project Management for AI. Something for which you need your judgment. You need to understand and take a call. So that is cognitive project management. It's not automatic. It's not rule-based. It is not deterministic. So such problems AI can solve. So what is CPMAI? Basically, it's a framework. It's a framework which is based on an old framework called CRISP DM. Deepankar, I know that you may have a question right now, but I request you to please hold on that question. I'm going to take all the questions. Meanwhile, you can type your question in the chat window if you feel that it is very relevant right now. I'll have a look at it. And if I feel, I'll get back on that question or I'll hold, but I'll answer all the questions before we close it, okay? So coming back here, um, CPMAI is built on a framework called CRISP DM. It's a data management framework. It's CPMAI is not like traditional project management. What happens in a traditional project? Once you complete a project, I'm constructing a residential tower, apartment tower. Once I complete it in every respect, I hand it over, my job is done. I'm constructing a bridge over a river. Same thing. I'm working on, my team is developing a mobile game. Once they develop it, once they complete it, test it, release it, the job is done. AI projects do not end that way, they're continuous. So that is why AI projects are different than usual traditional projects, and that is why it needs a specific framework like CPMAI. It extends beyond initial deployment because the situation is changing. I was talking about Haldiram's. Do you remember? Like, okay, you have to complete, they say their sales monitoring, but if they extend their sales, what happens? Do they have to do all the AI project all over once again? No. So the project needs to be elastic, dynamic. AI needs to learn that based on the data fed to it, based on the new situation, it needs to adapt, change, and give good results. So after initial deployment, also it needs to be continuously monitored, maintained, and governed so that it keeps on giving good results. Sorry. Okay. So, okay, that was that. This ensures that models remain accurate. AI project actually generates a model, which if you monitor that continuously, it remains accurate, and over time, it doesn't stray from the line. CPMAI emphasizes defining clear business objectives and success metrics from the start. So when you begin, you decide how are you going to measure your success. What is it? What do you call your success? And how are you going to measure it? Okay. Siddhi and Dipankar, fine. I'll come back to your questions in the Q&A sessions. So what is it basically? Is it something that is technical? No, it is basically a structure of iterative phases that handle data in a better way. Because AI projects are driven by data, CPMAI uses an iterative process that repeatedly assesses and refines both the data and the models. So CPMAI suggests that the data should be continuously monitored, continuously thought after. If changes are required, those changes need to be made so that AI keeps on giving good results. And finally, this all should result into good ROI. We are going to talk about what CPMAI is in a little more detail uh, in a few more slides. I just want you to have an overall idea that CPMAI is a set of 6 different phases. And those phases are iterative, happen in iteration. You can go back from any phase to any phase as the situation be. Okay. So CPMAI is for all industries. What does that mean? Before I even talk about it, is AI really for all industries? Anytime I talk about AI, the first thing is AI is about technology. I have to learn AI, I have to learn technology, I have to learn programming. No. AI is something, yes, I mean, I'm not saying that AI doesn't require programming. I'm saying as a project manager, you don't need to know programming. You are delivering results. You're using AI to deliver results. So you should have good idea about how AI can be used to develop models. You have to have a good idea is what exactly do you want And you can have teams that know programming, teams that are technical. It is something, okay. Let us say I'm doing interior for my home. I'm doing interior for my home, so I'm doing some new furniture. I'm changing my kitchen layout and all of that. I need some carpenters. I need some masons. Does that mean that I need to know carpentry? No, I need to know exactly what I want. Carpenters are technical people. They will know their work very well. So I need to know how to explain to them or how to let them know what exactly I'm looking for. AI projects are the same things. You don't really need to be a technical person. Having said that, which industries use AI? First of all, if I talk about AI, do you use AI in day to day life? If that's a question, anyone wants to say no, can you please raise your hand? You don't use AI in day to day life. You have to use AI in day to day life in many different situations. If you are going to Amazon recommends you, this is what perhaps you may like to buy. What is that? It's a use of AI for you. It's hyper personalization. Amazon sees, knows who you are, what you usually purchase, and gives you the recommendations. You use WhatsApp, then you also obviously use Gen AI tools like ChatGPT and all. So everyone uses AI, isn't it? In the same spirit, every industry can use AI. Okay, let us see. I have a few examples. Healthcare. There's a platform called Practo, just one example, okay? Practo, there are many healthcare platforms. In fact, eSanjeevani is the government healthcare platform that uses AI. What does it do? I'm not talking about eSanjeevani or not use. What does the healthcare platform do? It can help you understand your symptoms, and depending on your symptoms, perhaps it can recommend what type of medical practitioner or doctor you should see. Depending on your symptoms, he can guide you there. He can answer your queries. The AI can keep your record. Based on your record, what is currently happening, AI can give you all the history. And AI can work on getting appointment for whatever medical specialist you are looking for. Pharma. Does pharma use AI? Drug discovery project. That's one of the first things that pharma is using. They have sped up many drug discoveries, but what we do not realize is pharma is also using, just like retail industry. Retail, like Amazon, pharma, they're also using AI for supply chain management. So AI is something everyone is using. Finance, fraud detection, manufacturing, predictive maintenance. In your plant, if you have some good judgment about what machines will need maintenance in near future, that's a good idea, isn't it? So AI can do that. Retail, we talked about Amazon and hyper personalization. So retail also uses AI. And if all of these industries, these are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples. So if all the industries are using AI or can use AI to do better, that means they can have AI projects. If somebody can have AI project, if some industry can have AI project, CPMAI can give better results. And once again, what technical skills do you need for learning CPMAI and giving those results, delivering those results? Technical skills you don't need to know anything about. Business situations, the better you understand business situations, the better you will be, the better project manager, AI project manager you will be. And organizational understanding. What is your organization? Exactly what they are looking for. Over a period of time, what is it they want from AI? If you understand that, you will be able to deliver. There's no technical requirement. AI helps achieve business goals. In an industry is planning to grow by a certain rate. So for that goal, AI can help if you have good projects and if you manage them well, of course. So AI helps achieve business goals and not technical goals. AI goals like increase in revenue, I was talking about, reduction in cost, or improving your processes. So this is where CPMAI can help. In other words, anywhere you see an AI project, CPMAI can help. So why you should do CPMAI certification then? If CPMAI is a framework that can help you in any AI project, you should do it. Let's go. So somebody who knows that framework and can deliver success obviously has a high earning potential and demand. It's not that people don't know that AI projects fail. People have good idea about 70 to 80% of AI projects fail. And if I am an organization, I want my project to be in those remaining 20%. So how do I do it? Using CPMAI is one of the best ways. Professional certifications help you. So people who know CPMAI, they can help you earn better. They can earn maybe 20 to 30% higher than the non-certified peers. The global market for AI. Now, if I do this certification, will AI really matter in a few years? AI is here to stay. The global market for AI in project management is expected to grow by almost grow up to almost 6 billion USD by 28, and creating maybe so many jobs, 150,000 jobs, new jobs globally. So this is an orthodox estimate. So if you do this certification, you obviously have a good certification to back you so that you can grow. Right now is the time when industries are going for AI projects. And when industries are going for AI projects, rate of failure is high. Not many people are certified. This is the time you will get best ROI on your certification. Okay, a staggering 42% of enterprises report deploying AI without seeing any ROI. So about half, little less than half of the organizations say they don't get any ROI on AI. And you have a scope to improve it. And somebody who gives such results will always grow, isn't it? CPMAI professionals can transform a high-risk venture into a low-risk win. So you can reduce the level of risks by planning well, impact of risk by planning well. You can deliver better. That's 80% chance of failure. That's the biggest risk, isn't it? You can bring that down. And obviously, somebody who gives this type of results will grow. It enhances credibility and broadens career opportunities. CPMAI is a globally recognized credential. It's a PMI certification. PMI certifications are known for a certain standard, accepted by the world as somebody who has a PMI certification has a certain level. So it's a globally recognized credential that validates your expertise and positions you at the forefront in the industry. So it makes you really somebody who people should go for, employers should go for their AI projects. Okay, there. Now, who should do this certification? Okay, how much experience do you think you should have to do this certification? How much AI you should know to do this certification? How much AI project management experience you should have? Let's see. The answer is going to surprise you. Okay, first of all, who is what I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to answer those questions. Obviously, if AI projects are failing, the rate is as high as 80%. Who can bring that rate down? Project managers. So, project managers are one of the best candidates to take this certification up. Project managers in which industry? AI, software, IT? Yes, I mean, they can definitely do it, but it doesn't have to stop there. Pharma, healthcare, retail, any other industry. So it equips the project managers to drive results in an AI projects regardless of their technical expertise. You don't have to have any technical expertise and any knowledge about how AI internally works. This is a good certification for business leaders and decision makers. Business leaders and decision makers are the people who decide priority of the projects, which AI project we are going to take up first. So if they realize why these projects can fail, how these projects are likely to fail, they will be able to take a better decision. So CPMAI is perfect for professionals who need to bridge the gap between technical team and business goals. So this is what we're trying to achieve. We are trying to go global, sell globally. This is what we're trying to achieve. How can we do this in a better way with AI? If that is what a decision maker needs to understand, the decision maker, how, if that decision maker needs to understand CPMAI certification will help that person understand what should be the way. So it helps you to understand the AI project lifecycle and common pitfalls. What should be avoided? So common pitfalls that cause that 80% projects to fail. The framework gives you knowledge so that you can align your AI projects strategically to your business and get the business or achieve the business goal that you are trying to. Sorry. Besides, see, these are management and senior management people. Besides them, aspiring career changers and IT professionals. People who know that AI is something that is latest, it's something that will give you good career, and you don't know how do I get into it. This is the way. Because what you're going to manage is AI projects. So aspiring career changes and IT professionals, those who want to shift from manufacturing to AI projects or healthcare to AI projects, for them, this is an ideal certification. You're not a project manager right now, that's fine. You're working on projects, you know what a project is, you know what is trying to get success from a project, you understand business, that's good enough. You can go for this certification. Aspiring career changes and IT professionals. The CPMAI certification has no prerequisites and it is designed to be accessible to anyone. So it doesn't need you to have AI project experience, project management experience, AI technical experience. No, there are no prerequisites. It can be done by anyone. You don't have to have experience. You don't have to have technical expertise, or you don't have to have any other certification as step one for this certification. No, you don't need anything. So basically, this is one certification that says you are a professional who understands how to drive AI projects well. So this is a certification that should help you getting into AI. Also, I mean, if you're not a manager right now, this is the way to go. So I also would like to give you a quick overview. This is absolutely very quick overview. We cannot discuss the framework in just 5 minutes time. So what is CPMAI? Basically, I already told you, It is a framework that has 6 phases. It's not a technology. It's not a software. It doesn't have to be installed. You have to understand and follow those 6 phases. Phase 1 is business understanding. So this is the time when you decide what problem you are solving with AI. Then once you decide that, you also decide, obviously, how are you going to measure your success? How are you going to define your success? Once you are ready with that, this is the problem we are solving. We are solving a problem of having a chatbot to give our customers. We are a retail shop, and we want to give our customers good shopping experience. So we are designing a chatbot for them. Okay, so decided. How are we going to measure? The response time should be less than 30 seconds, and so on, so on. So, okay, we have decided. Now, what is the data that we are going to need? Till now, how were we doing it manually? We had people who monitored chats, who responded to people. So, all that chat can be good data. Will that be sufficient? I think some customers who were not so happy wrote emails to us. That also can tell the AI what to expect and how to interact. Okay, that can also be some good data. So understand what data you can use to solve the problem. Once you know what data you can use, get that data ready for AI to understand. That's phase 3. Data preparation. Get it ready for AI to understand. The next is this is the execution stage. On most of our other projects, what do we know? We know that execution is the largest phase, biggest phase. In AI projects, data preparation is the biggest phase. Almost 60 to 70% of the project time goes there. Getting data ready for using in data-centric AI project. So fourth is actually getting AI to work, training AI on our existing data and getting it ready. The fifth one is evaluation. Have you done a good job? Do you need to change something? Do you need to monitor something more? Do you need to have something more? Okay, whatever it is working well, but something more can be done. What? So evaluate and take action accordingly. Once that is evaluated, once you are happy with the model, it is released or it becomes operational. So that's the last phase, model operationalization. Does the AI project end there? AI project doesn't end there. It keeps on moving between phase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because as it goes, you might realize something new, something different, something dynamic you can do. You will need to understand data. You will need to prepare it. You will need to train your AI on it. You will need to test it, evaluate it, release it. So it's not done and go kind of a project. Those phases keep on repeating as required in your project. So this is absolutely 5-minute high-level framework, CPMAI framework. And what is this examination? Before I get into these bullet points, technical details of the examination, once you are ready for the examination, you have to fill in the examination application form, schedule your exam after it's approved. I'm going to read the bullets, but before that, the exam. The exam is a proctored examination for 2 hours, 100 questions. Okay. What do you need for that? No technical knowledge is needed. No prior experience is needed. No prerequisite is there. Training for CPMAI certification is a mandatory requirement. Okay, so they have some PDU requirement or training requirement, which is mandatory. After the training is completed, you can apply for the exam on PMI's website anytime, but obviously it is recommended that you apply when you are ready. Once your application is approved, pay the exam fees and schedule your examination at Pearson View, or you can take it from home also. It's in a proctored environment. Last step is take the examination and pass it. Okay, but remember, it's a PMI examination. So I have some tips here. It is a typical PMI examination. All those 100 questions are objective questions. Okay, it could be select one out of the four options, select multiple out of the four options or five options, whatever it is. It's nothing that you have to describe or you have to write an essay or you have to write something. It is just selection based examination. Some drag and drop questions also can be there. So for that examination, how are the questions framed? If you have done any PMI certification, you know that PMI examinations are typically the questions are situational questions. So you have to understand the situation and you should be able to answer that. For that, training is your lifestyle. For answering those questions, you have to take good comprehensive training. Right now, this is a new certification, and that is why it's a big opportunity. New certification, there are not many people available, and AI is going great guns. So people will go for AI. It is a technology that is for future. People understand that, and people will go for AI. So for this certification, there is going to be good demand. But right now, there is not much material available outside. So to take the training very seriously. How do you do that? Whatever theory you learn, you have to relate it with real life examples. So whatever real life examples you get in the training session, mark them and relate to them. You can use flashcards or any other tools that you want. Solve a lot of questions. When I'm saying solve a lot of questions, I also have a word of caution. For this examination, there are many questions out there which do not know what that exam actually is, and that those many of them are about how to use Gen AI or something like that. The examination is not about prompting or how to use Gen AI necessarily. So when you solve questions, ensure that they are from authentic good sources. And keep in mind that this examination is for anyone and everyone who understands business. Okay, you don't need any technical skills. So with that, friends, we're coming to the end of our session, towards our end of our session, and I'm very happy to announce the official launch of CPMAI certification at ProThoughts. I'll be the trainer. The only globally recognized certification on AI. This is a PMI certification designed for upskilling you on AI and managing those AI projects well, managing those AI projects effectively. So yes, for the first 10 candidates, they have also announced, ProThoughts has also announced some early bird offers. You can get in touch with ProThoughts team for that. Our batch starts post Diwali on 15th of November. Okay. So with that, almost done everything, and now I'm opening the Q&A. Let me see. So what is it? Do we foresee CPMAI will replace human project management? No, Siddhi. CPMAI is about how humans will manage AI projects well. It is not about replacing, it is not technology. It is about empowering, enabling project managers to manage AI projects. Okay. CPMAI framework is a framework built on CRISP DM. So it's basically a framework built on data management principles. So yes, I mean, there are a few design thinking concepts, but not necessarily it's a framework based on that. What else? Akshay, I did not understand your question. Can you elaborate? Data. Uh, okay, sales example with CPMAI. Give me a few seconds. I'm reading Christopher's question. Data additions on regular basis, removing data garbage and bias data, etc., has to be done on a regular basis. New data can drive some new learning or functions to be added as required. AI projects are going to be on continuous learning path and will run for more years. There might not be, they may, there might not be completed quickly. Okay, AI projects might not complete quickly. New regulations, that is one gray area, actually compliance and regulations and AI, we will need to keep on tweaking AI for that. So new regulations, demands in business will drive more continuous AI project grow to drive results. It's like infant when created. And so just like a baby grows and learns from its environment, AI grows and learns from the data it is using. So thanks, Christopher, for that description. Eligibility, I have explained, Akshay. CPMAI, there's nothing specific. Can someone pursue CPMAI? No, not now. It was basically done by Cognalytica, but now they don't have. Cognalytica is taken over by PMI. So you have to do it PMI way. Not able to chat, so typing here. Gen AI will also evolve further to some other term. Gen AI, yes, Gen AI is one of the AIs. So yes, I mean, other weak AIs are also there. So whatever you use, they and every AI will evolve, not only Gen AI. And Subhash, in which phase are governance in all the phases? Governance and you cannot say that governance and compliance will be uh, they will be looked after only in this particular phase. See, everything you evaluate in phase 5. So you will check whether you have implemented it well or not. But planning your data, will you need to think of governance? Yes. Getting your data ready, preparation, will you need to think of your governance and compliance? Yes. And getting that data rolling into execution, you will need to think of governance and compliance and data privacy. That's also part of it. What else? In the evaluation, when you test it, you are once again going to do it. So it's all over. It encompasses everything. What will be the cost of what consideration? AI project or this certification? Certification cost is something I think you can get in touch with the team. You done PMI classroom program? Do I again need to give? You have done a PMI classroom program for what? It depends on that. If you have already done for CPMAI, which I doubt because right now there are no official classes of CPMAI. So if you're doing CPMAI class, it's a fresh class all over. What's the duration of the training? The duration of the training is all over learning everything. If I tell you, like, you start and you take the examination, if you want to, if you take efforts like maybe 1 to 1.5 hours every day, you can complete everything in about 45 days. Duration of the trainings could be over 2 weekends or something. We're not planned really, or maybe ProThoughts team can tell you. Dhirendra, what is that? Just want to confirm PMP certification not required. There is no prerequisite, absolutely. You understand business problem, that's all. How the data will improve with the help of this? I'm really sorry, Ritesh, but I didn't understand your question. How the data will improve with the help of this project statistic and timelines? The data doesn't improve by itself. Whatever data you work on, either that data is good or that data is not good, that data has some errors that can be corrected. It doesn't improve by itself. So, Kali Charan, The duration of the training, I guess I told you about it. It can be something like up to 30 hours, but that will be planned out. Does CPMAI have actual project management for AI? It has. It's beyond model development. Is something model development is the result. So beyond result that you need to continuously monitor. How to do that is what we will be working on. So yes, it is about AI project management. It's not about general project management or traditional project management. So what's that, Vaishali? We will have in-person batch on weekends. I think it should be, most probably it will be online virtual batch. But again, that depends on ProThoughts. How long the training will be, something like, I repeated this answer 2-3 times. Once again for you, maybe anywhere between 2 to 4 days. So depending on how, see, basically just rushing it because people want it to happen fast might not be really good. So it depends on how much people need to actually learn from where they want to go to what stage. So it depends on that. I saw self-paced training there on PMI's website. We need to go through, no, you don't need to go through that as well, obviously. In continuation to earlier questions, Subhash, what was your earlier question? Ethics is a part of governance, and there is a topic in CPMAI about trustworthy AI and ethics. So yes, we'll be specifically talking on that. How do you assess CPMAI is usable in service-oriented MS projects? So first of all, CPMAI is used in AI projects. So MS project is a tool that helps you plan any particular project. So I cannot say about any and every project. If your project is about creating an AI model, let us say you are working on creating a chatbot for your website, or you, as I was talking about, you want to give your customers a personalized shopping experience. So you're creating a chatbot for that. That's an AI project. So for AI project, CPMAI is usable. AI project, AI will learn from data. So you are going to need a lot of data, and all those phases you will need to work on. So friends, I'm answering the questions, and at the end of it, I'm going, for those who have completed their PMP, I'm going to share a PDU code for you so that you can claim PDUs for this conversation. Since CPMAI is relatively new certification, how can professionals evaluate the industry recognition? CPMAI is relatively new certification is true, but CPMAI framework, which originates from CRISP DM, that's not new. So that framework is known and tested and appreciated. Right now, you need to have something which will streamline the AI projects, and this seems to be a good framework. And so that is a framework on which, if you are certified, it will have its value, and on top of it, it's a PMI certification which is always recognized in the market. Okay, what's that? Also, our company is already aware of it. It's a PMI certification, and PMI is also working on that, and people will know that certification. So, Vaishali, training and exam fees, I guess ProThoughts team should be able to answer that question. Kedar, while training, grant any PDUs that can be applied towards existing PMP certification? So this is the training which you will be doing for CPMAI certification. Okay. So if you are doing it for CPMAI certification, those PDUs, as you call them right now, they will be used for certification. But if you do this examination, You don't want to take the examination, they can work for PMI, other PMI certifications also, like for continuing your PM. But why you should want to do that? You will get the PDUs. That's not a question. Vivek, CPMAI does not have any prerequisites. On the PMI side, there are two courses listed for CPMAI. Okay. CPMAI version 7 is what we are going to work on. The CPMAI plus E version 7, that is something about additional questions on or additional topic on ethics is there. So once you get certified on version 7, you can do that, but not required. I have already done classroom program for PMP certification. Do I? Yes, you need to attend again because this is something different. What you learned in PMP is about project management, general project management, any type of project management. It's not suitable for this particular certification examination. So you will need to learn this once again. And there is a limited training material. Will you be providing? Yes, we'll be providing a question bank. We'll be giving you additional notes. We'll be giving you mock tests. CRISP-DM has been a long-standing framework for data mining. Yeah, it started somewhere in late 70s, but it is not updated since 1999. But this is not CRISP-DM that we are using. It is based on CRISP-DM. CRISP-DM doesn't have AI-centric features, right? What specific changes or extensions has PMI introduced in CPMAI? CPMAI only uses that crisp DM framework at the base, and all these phases, 6 phases they are designed on top of that crisp DM. It's not an old framework they are using as it is. Is CPMAI lifetime or renewable? Well, that is a question, but yes, right till almost till now, it was lifetime, but it will be made renewable now. That when was it launched by PMI? Last year. Do we need to get knowledge? No, you don't need any technical knowledge about AI ML. Gen AI, you don't need for this particular certification. You know, it is interesting, that's all. But you don't really need any technical knowledge for this certification. Can you please share training PPT over email, ProThoughts team? Okay, ProThoughts team will take care of that if you ask them. Okay. So I think I have answered all the questions. Did I leave out any question? If I have left out any questions, can you please raise your hand? Or if you have any other questions, can you please let me know? Okay, let me just check once again. If multiple projects, multiple stage are updated, then how will it? Okay. Critical path, if you're talking about Ritesh, critical path is to start and finish a project. This is something that you keep on continuously monitoring. There is no deploy, complete and done. So we don't use critical path here. And about risk, in fact, see, this has 6 phases. Anytime you are in a phase, let us say we are working on phase 4, where we have got the data ready and we are now getting the model ready. We realize that we need some more data. We realize that we need some more cleaned data or better data. We go back to phase 2 data preparation, prepare data, and then come back to phase 4 once again. So what happens there? Any risk of AI not doing the job well or model not turning out well, We reduce the probability by getting better data, by doing better planning, by going back to previous phase. Okay, so risk reduction is built in there, risk mitigation is built in there. And priority is something you decide in phase one itself. Okay, so here is a poll for you, friends. So while you are doing that, friends, anytime you have any question on this CPMAI framework or any technical question about this framework or any AI project, please feel free to get in touch with the ProThoughts team who can connect you to me. All your questions are always welcome. And let me see if I have any questions here once again. Christopher, yes, I'm available tomorrow. Looking forward to your call. So with that, friends, are we ready to close? As being with young people is my passion, I've enjoyed today's session very much. I hope you have enjoyed. See you, friends.